is there's a lot of corporations that have paid little to no tax that he's highlighted.
Income tax.
Right, that he's wanted to make them pay their fair share. Former President Trump returned to the political eye by giving a keynote speech at the 2021 GOP convention in North Carolina. And former president touching on immigration, on election fraud, on China, and more from Trump here as he continues to dispute the 2020 election.
The 2020 presidential election was by far the most corrupt election in the history of our country. There's never been anything like this. They used COVID and they used the mail-in ballots to steal an election.
Last thought here from the former president challenging claims that he's hurting the election system.
Remember, I am not the one trying to undermine American democracy. I'm the one that's trying to save it. Please remember that.
Trump got into rehashing the election about an hour into the speech, was in favor of many of the Republicans who sided with him when it comes to voting rights. And there's several states obviously that move forward to make it more difficult for folks to vote. They want stricter oversight on voting. That's something he touched on. Carol, he threw the kitchen sink again with more comments about China.
Again, yes, he said that China was responsible for COVID, that COVID was responsible for him losing the election, partly responsible, and that he was right about China all along. So he did talk about that a little bit. Again, some of the politicians from North Carolina kind of gave him a lukewarm review and said, we need some forward thinking. We need an agenda. Right, we need an agenda that tells our voters, okay, this is what you're going to get. If you vote for us, we need him to come forward and say, this is what we're going to do to address the nation's biggest challenges. If we, win back the majority, and they felt like they didn't get a lot of that. I mean, there was condemnation of Biden and what he's done so far in office, but they want a plan to go forward. They say that's the only way that we can take the midterm election is to come in here and say, okay, here's our plan to continue with either what he started or to undo what Biden is doing, but we need some kind of plan. And I know that he has been meeting with Newt Gingrich and Lindsey Graham, and they're trying to come up with something solid to talk about other than just the same kind of rhetoric that we've heard.
How can you either pass the baton or calm waters, and I don't know that that's something he's interested in doing right now. He's still adamant about what happened with the election. That's his first public speech since leaving office in January. Now, CNN said no to airing the speech, but Fox also turned it down. Does that surprise you?
That does kind of surprise me, but I know that on Friday there were talks among the major networks about not airing the speech because they felt like